This is the tutorial to show you the Goose Tracks block, and this is what it looks like when it's all done. So I hope that you can see. Let me actually move this just a little bit. Here's one of my strips that was sewn. You're going to follow the instructions for the Rapid Fire Limon Star ruler by Studio 180, and this is the ruler. So you're going to sew your strips together. This is 2 strips placed right sides together, and you're going to press them just like it says in the pattern. You're going to follow the pattern up to step 12, I think. So anyway, this is the piece that I cut off. Here's 1, 2, 3 stripes. There was a 4th strip, but I took it out so that I could sew the corner on it and show you how to do that. So the next thing that I wanted to show you is, here's one of the strips, and then I've cut off the triangle. You're going to get 4 1 1/4 inch slices, and then you're going to cut off that triangle. A lot of people wonder, where do I cut that triangle? So this is how I do it, and I hope that there's not a glare on this from the light. I line up a straight line with my seam, the edge of my seam, and I go out to where there's no color showing, and then I cut that, and that is where you're then going to take these to the sewing machine, and you're going to sew this triangle onto this short side of the diamond. So this will just be placed right sides together, sew and flip, and I just realized this is wrong side out. Oh well. Anyway, you're going to just sew that on and then press it. Now, when you go to press, you're going to end up with triangle units like this. So I'm just going to gather up all these pieces and show you what you're going to end up with. So you're going to end up with 2 pieces that are opposite of one another. You'll actually have 4 like this and 4 like this. You'll have 4 like this and 4 facing the opposite way. So what you're going to do next is, after you get the triangles sewn on, then you have to trim them. These 3 are trimmed, but I'll show you how to trim this one. So you're going to use that little pointy end of the ruler, and these are going to finish at 3 inches, so you put those marks right on the 3, and you're going to trim this side, and then you're going to trim this side. All right, so then you're going to gather, this is through step 12. Okay, now we're going to sew 4 of them together, and you want to make sure that you put them so that the long seam is in the very center. And then this one wouldn't fit right there, but it will fit right here. And then this one will fit right there. So if you have a right and a left, a right and a left, and a right and a left, then they'll all go together. And see how these 2 are the same? And these 2 are the same. So now what you want to double check before you sew them together is that your seams are going the right way. So if this seam is going down, then this diamond needs to be up. Then this side needs to go down, and this side needs to go up. And this side needs to go down, and this side needs to go up. So you're going to take these 2, put them right sides together, and you're going to match up that seam, and you're going to sew that seam. So you start with triangle units, you end up with triangle units. So you're sew those 2 together, these 2 together, and I pressed these 2 seams open. Then you're going to take those 2 triangles and you'll put those right sides together and sew that seam, and the seam should lock again. One seam going up and one seam going down, and then you're going to sew that. So you'll end up with this unit right here. So you've got this. Then you're going to take your blue triangles and you're just going to put it on the bottom end of that unit. And you're going to sew it and flip it. And then you get to square them up. And to do that, the easiest way is to use a 3.5 inch ruler. So, trying to figure out where the glare is. I like to put the 1/4 inch mark and the 1/4 inch mark on those points. Okay, so you've got kind of this going down through the middle on that seam, and then this 1/4 inch mark right here and right here will be on those points, and then this will add the 1/4 inch seam down here. So if you plop that in the middle, then trim that, then that's the best way. Sometimes if you need to like fudge a little bit, you know, and pull this little point out, you can do that to just make sure that you don't cut off those points, because when we take this seam, we don't want to cut off the points of our flower. There are several different blues in this block. Yours might be a little bit different than this. Some people might have the same blue for all of this and the center, or you might have a different blue here. But they're all very similar and they're close. And this block, I think, ends up at 7.5 inches. Let me just double check. Yes, and it will finish at 7 inches. So this is called Goose Tracks.